Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to get this very glamorous look right here. It is perfect for a birthday or a dinner event or even a date event, and I am using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette today. So if you want to see how to get this really glamorous look right here, go ahead and keep watching. So I have nothing on my skin right now. No foundation, no moisturizer, nothing. So I washed my face this morning with scrub hours ago, and now I'm gonna be getting ready to go to my friend's birthday party. So I wanted to do a fun get ready together with me. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep my face with moisturizer, and we're gonna be using a new moisturizer today. This is the Origins Ginseng Energy Boost Gel Moisturizer, and this does have vitamin C in it. So I really wanted to use it because of the vitamin C. So we'll see how it goes. I love the way that vitamin C makes my skin feel. It makes it feel really tight and makes it feel super hydrated. So this is what it looks like. This is from Origins. And then I'm also gonna be using this brush. I've been using this brush lately to apply my moisturizer. This is the One Sweep Wonder from IT Cosmetics. Basically, I just use it to apply any of my moisturizers, serums, and anything like that because I like to avoid touching my face as much as I can with my hands. It's just better for the skin. Makes it feel better. But this moisturizer, smells delicious. So I'm also going to be using this eye elixir from Pixi. It is the 24 karat eye elixir, and this has peptides in it, and I love the roller ball because it feels really good underneath the eyes. I'm going to be applying the Cherry Blossom lip balm from Tatcha. This is my favorite to hydrate my lips. Okay, once our skin is semi-prepped with our moisturizers, our skincare, you guys all know how much I love skincare, so I've got to have my face prepped with everything moisturizing before, and then I'm going to go ahead and go straight into the primer. Basically, I'm going to be using a lot of new products today, so this is going to be winging it for me. But I have used this before, so I am going to be using one of my favorite primers. This is from YSL. It is the Touche Eclat Blur Primer, and it actually does really blur the skin. You can see that my skin is really shiny right now from that moisturizer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a few pumps, 2 pumps. And then I'm going to apply it straight to the skin, and you'll see that it totally blurs out. Look at that, blurs out any of that shine. Oh my gosh, it feels like heaven on the skin. So now my skin is all ready for all the foundation, all the products that we're gonna put on. And today I'm gonna be doing my face before I do my eyes, because when I do myself and my makeup every day, I always do my face first because I don't really get too much fallout. So let's get into the face. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna be using the old foundation that I used to use when I was in high school. I couldn't find the color that was my foundation shade, so I'm gonna be mixing today. This is L'Oreal True Match. I used to love this in high school. I just feel like it's a really lightweight foundation, but still super full coverage. So I'm gonna be wearing the shade W7 Caramel Beige and W5 Sand Beige. So these are both pretty olive warm toned foundations, and I'm using this sponge right here. I'm like so sad though because I don't even know what it is, and it has been my favorite sponge lately. It is so soft, it's so dense, and it just blends and melts the foundation into your skin perfectly. So if any of you guys recognize this, let me know what it is because I need 50 of them. Also keep in mind I have a tan, so if I look really orange, honey, it matches my neck. So I'm focusing this darker color all to the areas where I would contour because it is super warm, and I'm totally fine with how warm it is because I am gonna be really bronzy in this look today. So don't worry if it looks really scary. We're gonna blend it in, we'll do our contour. Everything will look blended. Okay, so I feel like this gives really good coverage. I honestly only put one layer of the W5 and then just a thin layer of the W7 on the contour areas. So I feel like it's great coverage, so we can go ahead and move on to the concealer. So when it comes to concealer, I have a few that I really love. And the one that I have been using lately, again, I kind of stopped using it for a while because I feel like I like to try new things all the time. But I have come back to the Tarte Shape Tape, and the colors I'm going to be using are Fair, which is this really light one for brightening. And then I'm going to be using Medium, which is a really nice warm toned, it's almost like flesh tone. I hate the word flesh, but it's a flesh toned medium nude, and it's perfect for under the eyes. So these mixed together gives a really nice like eye brightening, perfect under eye concealer. And with this, I kind of just close my eye and go straight over the eye so it gets everywhere super close. It's just easier for me to get into all the nooks and crannies. And then I look like a freaking owl. But hey, when you blend it over the eye like that, it just gives the brightening all over the eyelid, in the inner corners of the eyes, everywhere like that. So it just gives a really nice highlight. Okay, so now that that is on, let's go ahead and pop on Medium. And I kind of like to let the Shape Tape sit a little bit because I like it to get a little bit dry, and then I like to blend it in because then it doesn't crease as quickly, and it kind of makes a really matte, just really nice finish under the eyes, and we don't have to use as much powder. So give it a couple seconds, I would say 30 seconds, and then we can go ahead and blend it. Okay, once our face is looking all buttered up and smooth, we can go ahead and we can move on to contour. I'm going to be using one of my favorite contours. This is from Iconic London, and it is shade 301. To blend out the forehead, I'm going to be using the Morphe R8 brush. It's this really nice rectangular square shape, and I'm just going to be lightly brushing it into my hairline. So now we are ready to blend out our nose, and I'm going to be picking out my nose perfector brush. If you guys haven't seen my last video, it was all about how to use this brush and how to contour your nose. Okay, so we are ready to go ahead and powder this and get it all matte and tight so it doesn't move anywhere. And I actually really am obsessed with this brush. This is the first time using it, and it blended it so seamlessly. I did use a really soft hand, so when you are using it, definitely be careful with how you are blending. I want to blend this out a little bit more, but love this brush. So for under the eyes, I'm going to be using my RCMA powder that I love. This is in my Glow Kit with Beautylish, and the brush I'm going to be using is from BH Cosmetics, and it is number 3. So I like to set my chin, my under eyes really well, and then everywhere else, the rest of the powder, I kind of just lightly dust over the face, because when we dust it over the areas of contour, when we go in there with powder, it blends over it much nicer, and it gives a very velvet, just perfectly smooth looking finish. So for the areas where I am a little bit more bronzed and contoured, I'm going to be setting the face with Hello Flawless from Benefit in the color Toasted Beige. The reason why I like this color is because it's a really nice warm toned beige color, and it just goes perfectly over the areas where we contoured. So this is going to set it really nice, but it's not going to alter the color. It's just going to make it set and matte, and then we can go over this area with bronzer if we need to. So I'm going to be baking my face just for a little bit more brightness and definition with Maybelline's Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and this shade is 10 Fair Light. So I'm also going to be baking the sides of my nose with the same powder just to pull it in a little bit. So while we're baking and everything, we will go ahead and do the highlight and the blush at the end, but let's go ahead and move on to the brows as well as all the eyes to bump this glam up. I can't stand what I look like when I don't have brows on. It's not okay. Let's do our brows. so I don't look like a bald rat. I am using BH Studio Pro HD Brow Pencil in the shade Medium. I've been using this for the last week or so. I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I do like it. So I'm just gonna brush through my brow hairs. And the reason why I like this pencil is because I like the shade of it. And I'm just gonna go through this quick because my brows are a process. Okay, you guys, so my brows are done. We're finally back alive again and we're ready to do the eyes. And today I am very excited because I'm gonna be trying for the first time the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. So I've been hearing a lot of amazing things about this, so I definitely wanted to try this today for my event because I want to do some really sexy gold eye, and that will go perfectly with the red lip. And I saw that this had some of the most gorgeous, just gold tones, brown tones, just everything up in this row. That's what's gonna be going on today. So first, to start off my eyes, I am going to be using, obviously, Painterly from MAC. This is my #1 eye primer. I don't use any other eye primer at all. It's the best. And I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics brush #7. And I got these sent to me the other day and I wanted to try them out, and they're actually very, very good. So we're taking the primer all the way up to the brow bone. And if you want to just tap any of the area, because we do have a lot of powder on our face and this is creamy, so when you use a brush it can, you know, move some of the foundation or the powder around this area of the eye. So just be sure to tap that area instead of using a brush. Okay, you guys, so we are finally ready to do the eyes, and the first shade that I'm going to get into in this palette is the first shade right here. It's a really nice, beautiful, almost like burnt vanilla shade, and it's going to be perfect to apply all over the eyelid to set our primer. And it does look like it is a matte shade, so we want to use something matte all over the eye to set it. And I'm going to be going in there with the BH Cosmetics 6 brush, and this is a blending brush. Is this shimmery? So I just picked it up and it looks shimmery, but so this definitely looks like it has some shine, so I'm totally wrong about that. Let's go in with this shade right here, which is the 3rd shade in the palette, and it is a more, let's check if it's matte. It's definitely matte, like a really soft brown shade. So we're gonna use that instead because I don't like to use shimmer on the eyelids first. That is a step for later. I like to work with all mattes at first. So I'm just applying this all over the eyelid as well as I am working it into the crease. And this is gonna help us build into our transition shade. Our transition is right in between our brow bone as well as our eye socket, and it's going to be that area that is going to give us the perfect faded Instagram kind of blended eyeshadow look. Don't worry if we get fallout because we do have that under eye powder under there keeping us safe. These powders blend beautifully and they feel very buttery, so I really like them already. So we are gonna go into another shade in the palette. We are gonna get more into this kind of rusty burnt brown right here, and I'm gonna be using the same blending brush because I really like what it's doing. So I am working it into that crease, even more into that transition, and we're just building in all of that depth. I'm gonna start to pull the eyeshadow out kind of at an angle towards the end of the brow. This is gonna elongate the eyes and make them look really exotic. Because when we stick with just doing, you know, that circular motion, you're gonna get that really round shape to your eye, but I want them to look long, saucy, sexy. So once you have that shape going on with the bronzy colors, we can go ahead and we can make it a little bit darker in the outer corners of our eyes to bump up that darkness and that depth as well. The shade I'm going to be using is this dark brown shade right here, and it is a matte shade. It's almost like a brownish gray, and the brush I'm going to be using is the BH Cosmetics 7. So the reason why I like this 7 brush from BH Cosmetics is because it is very precise. It's going to get a really nice detail into that outer corner, outer crease. So I am just focusing this right on this outer corner of the eye. And I'm kind of just swiveling my brush back and forth downwards like this. So just like that, it's going to add that darkness. We can go ahead and add it to the other eye. So this is what I like to call the shell of our eyeshadow. We have our base on, which is the shade that goes all over our eyelid. We have our transition shade that likes to go in the crease. And then we like to have our depth shade, which is the darkest shade that is on the outer corners of the eyes. And this is kind of like our shell. And we're all ready to apply our shimmer, and I always like to apply the shimmer right to the areas where it's lightest on the eyelid and no further than where we applied our depth shade. So it's really easy applying all these shadows because the 4 steps will give you a perfect eyeshadow look, and it is so simple. So as far as shimmer in the palette, I'm going to be using this shade right here. It's a really pretty, it's just such a gorgeous Egyptian gold, just bronzy shade. So I feel like this would look really pretty tonight with my lip. So when it comes to applying the shimmer, I like to use a flat concealer brush, and I am using BH Cosmetics 8 brush. It's actually funny because I'm using all the brushes in the steps. And I like to get the brush wet. I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Infallible Fixing Mist. And I got this while I was in Paris. I don't know if they sell it in stores here in the US, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray this on the brush. I'll check. You might be able to buy this online. I bought it because I really like the smell of it too. So now that we're ready with our brush, we're gonna go straight into the shimmer shade, and we can apply. I love that gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna zoom in closer to my face so that you can see the detail of the eyes. Okay, you guys, now you can see a little bit closer the detail of the eyeshadow. I love the consistency of these shimmer shadows, but I even more so love the consistency of the matte shadows because they're really smooth, and like I said, they're really buttery, so they go on really nice and clean. So I wanna go ahead and I wanna add an inner corner highlight, and I'm actually gonna use this shade that we were gonna use in the beginning, as well as a little bit of this second shade because it looked like a really nice, pretty pearly shade. So to apply that shimmer in the inner corner as well as under the brows, I'm gonna be using the pencil brush from BH Cosmetics. This is the number 10, and I'm also going to spray this brush with my L'Oreal Infallible Mist. Yes, Jacqueline, I love this inner corner highlight color. It is actually the second color in the palette, and it is so beautiful. Just like a beam of highlight coming out of that eyeball. I do feel like it makes the shade pop a little bit more when you do spray the brush. It doesn't pop as much when it is dry, so definitely try it out wet. I love that, love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit underneath my brow bone. Excuse me? That is poppin'. So I know that it looks really intense, but go ahead and apply it really intensely, and then we will blend it out with a brush that doesn't have any product on it, but I really like that strong underbrow highlight. I feel like it just makes everything pop and stand out. Love how this is looking. So I'm using a clean brush. This is the Morphe R42. It's kind of like a flat, fluffy concealer brush. And I'm just barely going over this with zero product to blend it out. Love it, love it, love it, living for this gold look. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do my liner now. If we want to go ahead and we want to add some more eyeshadow a little bit later, we can, but let's pop on our liner and get this look moving along. I'm gonna be using the YSL. This is the Shocking Eyeliner Effect Fox Kills. Sills. French, don't even ask me to say it because I can't. So this is the Shocking Liner, and I really like this. I got this when I was in Morocco with YSL Beauty. I love the felt tip because it is so long, it is so precise and sharp, so it gives a really nice feline flick to the eye, and it's effortless, it's easy to use. People always get afraid of using these felt tips, but I don't know, for me it just translates easier because to me it's very artistic, everything about makeup. So I think that's why these are a little bit easier, but it's very good. Hey, do you see that wing, girl? Thought I cut a bit. Oops. I love the way that it's just so sharp. Okay, other eye. It's always such a struggle to make them exactly the same. Girl, I just give up sometimes. If they look similar, good enough for me. So I'm supposed to be at this event with Angel in about 30 minutes. I just texted him, Nip, are you almost ready? He says, just getting ready. He's always 10 hours late. Love you, Nip. So for lashes today, I am gonna be using one of my favorite lashes, and I'm gonna be wearing the Lilly lashes in Twin Lash. I really like these lashes because they flare out. You guys know I wear these all the time. I have them already prepped right here with House of Lashes glue, so I'm just gonna pop them on. Dude, lashes are so hard to put on with one hand. I needed to get closer, so I am just pulling them together, pushing them. I always like to put them on, and then I like to lift them up so that they sit pretty high. Why does my... Okay guys, so for my mascara today, I'm gonna be using the new L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is what it looks like. It's such pretty packaging, I love it. And I really like the wand too because it is thick. And so it's really nice for pushing my real lash into my falsies. Oh, you know, this whole lash just came off. You know, just had a little lash malfunction. Us beauty gurus have issues too with lashes. So I popped these back on. I used a different glue. I used the callus glue, but was not feeling that House of Lashes black glue. So this, bye. So for today's inner waterline, I wanted to use something that was super bright and make my eyes look really big. So I'm gonna be using Eyebrow from Benefit. I've used this for years in the waterline. I used to use this on all my brides. It's just a really nice milky pinky white, and it just makes the eyes look so bright and so awake. I know that it looked really intense and really crazy, but once you line the under of it with eyeliner or eyeshadow, it does look really, really pretty. So I'm gonna be taking an angled brush like this. You can use any. This is number 11 from BH Cosmetics. I promise you this is not a sponsored video. I'm trying these brushes for the first time, and I actually really like them. So the color I am going to be using underneath the eyes is this one right here. It's a really nice reddish tone brown. So we're just going to apply it right under the lash line. So just like that. And do you see the difference? It definitely lines it underneath, doesn't make it look like a spooky, just like really white eyeball. This just brings and pulls everything together. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a pencil brush and just blend this out with a little bit of a soft brown. So just like that. And now we can go ahead and we can apply a little bit of mascara to the bottom lashes. Okay, you guys, so the eyes are complete and we're ready to dust away all the bake and finish off this look with the rest of our face and our lips. So go ahead and grab a fluffy brush And we're gonna go ahead and we're just going to dust away anything under our eyes, any fallout that may have happened during this snatchery under that jaw and that cheekbone. Blend it together so that there's no sharp lines either. Looking smooth, looking really matte, and I want to glow this face up for the gods. Pick up your nose perfector brush to get rid of any of the bake on the sides of the nose, as well as blend the nostrils. I also like to go a little bit under the eyes with this brush to get rid of any creasing that may have happened. I just like to get in all the little nooks and crannies. Okay, so before we go ahead and we do our face, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with the Infallible Mist from L'Oreal again, because I just want a little bit of hydration. Oh, that smells like a dream. And then sometimes I just take my brush and I just pat in the setting spray, especially if it spit a little bit. I don't like any like water drops. We're real up close and personal today, so sorry guys, it's really close. But I wanted you guys to see all the details. Okay, what blush do I want to wear today? This is from Makeup Forever. I haven't used this yet. I got it in a little PR box. It is from Jessie J Collab. And I love all the colors in this little kit. So you get a blush, contour, and a highlighter. It's like, look at, oh. This highlighter is stunning. Wow, that's gorgeous. But I'm actually gonna be using this blush in this little trio palette, and I'm gonna be using my favorite brush to apply blush, stippling brush. This is from Sigma Duo Fiber F50 brush. So I'm gonna get some of this blush right here and apply it to my apples. I love a good peach blush. Just looks very summery. Ooh, this has a nice glow to it as well. I always get a little bit nervous about blushes with glow because I get really shiny in this area. So I'm definitely gonna have to touch up a lot tonight. That's okay though. I'll bring my Benefit Hello Flawless. Okay, and for, you know, the best part of this video is gonna be the highlight. So for the highlight, I am using a new highlighter from BECCA Cosmetics, and it is called, not tried it yet, this is called the Light Chaser Highlight for Face and Eye, and this is Pearl Flashes Gold. So it's this little mini size, looks just like this, and this is what it looks like. Literal, just like glow golds. Oh my gosh, okay. We're gonna put it on my face, see what it looks like, because it is, oh, it's stunning. I love any highlighter that is a very yellow or gold tone highlighter. My first highlighter that I ever fell in love with, and I used it for years, was Albatross from NARS. It was my favorite forever, and I remember it was also a favorite of Kim Kardashian, and that's kind of when I went and got it, and I love it so much. So this actually reminds me a lot of Albatross. Let's pick up our favorite highlighting brush. This is the Morphe R36 brush. Dip it into this Gold Seduction. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we like you. We like you a lot. Wow, I think I went a little heavy. Maybe not. I don't think that there's such a thing with highlighter. So this is a really gorgeous golden icy highlight. I love the yellow specks in it, the gold specks. It definitely has like a little halo, what is it called, where it's like iridescent almost shine to it. I don't think I'm gonna put any of this on my forehead because it's just gonna be a little bit too shiny, but this is stunning. Cupid's bow. Yes, yellow, yes. I love that. Oh my gosh. Do you see this beam coming out of my face? Yeah, who wouldn't see it? so pretty. So let's go ahead and let's apply some onto the nose, taking the end of my nose perfector brush, just the tip, and then put it on just the tip of the nose as well as in between dim brows. And then we like to use our little trusty ring finger and tap it out, blend it out, whatever you like. Just soften it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little wipe and wipe away any of this highlight that we don't want on our lippies. Wow, is that highlighter gorgeous. And let's go ahead and spray our face a little bit because I just want to suck this all in. So I'm gonna be using the Cover FX Mattifying Setting Spray. Shake it up a little bit. Always spray it away from your face first so you don't get any spitting. Whew, now really spray it on. Second layer. Look how wet it is. But we want that because it's gonna mattify, it's gonna set everything. I just really like to get the face super wet. Don't worry, it's not going to drip off or anything. I mean, if you spray it a lot, you may get little drips, but if you are a little bit further away from the face, it's just gonna get a really nice mist to set all of this. Okay, you guys, so we are almost complete with this Get Ready With Me. The last step that we need to do are the lips. And I'm so excited because I am going to be doing a color that I usually don't do for videos yet. So I'm gonna be doing a really bright red, and this color is not out yet. I worked a little bit on this secret little project with Charlotte Tilbury for one of her new launches. So this product will be coming out really soon, but I fell in love with this red color. This is Sexy, no. It is sexy, but this is Screen Siren, and it is one of her new Hollywood matte lip shades. It's a beautiful red, and I feel like it's just classic and it looks good at any event, especially if you're going out. And tonight I'm going to a big birthday event, so I feel like a red would be so perfect and so just sassy and sexy. So first we're gonna start off with lip liner, and I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Always Sharper lip liner, and this shade is called Crimson. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look right here. I hope you guys love this tutorial as much as I love creating it for you. I really love how the eyes turned out. I definitely feel like this is perfect for my event tonight because it is going to be super glam. You will see all my stuff on Snapchat if you follow me. It's Jadeywadey180. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this look right here and what you guys want to see next. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.